Well, hello, friends. It's Crazy Cheap Chick. I'm back from the grocery store. I usually go early in the morning between 8 and 9. I feel like that's when I find my best bargains. But today I couldn't do that. So I went after work, went at 4:30, and I still found plenty. I found fabulous deals. And I just bought enough to get by for the next 3 or 4 days. I'll go again on Friday when they have their 4-time fuel points and buy a little bit more. But come on, let me show you what I got, and then we'll talk a meal plan. Well, guys, this hasn't happened to me in a long time. I lost my receipt at the grocery store. I think it was around $50 though. I got these beets, and I think they were about $3. I've been wanting to try beets. I hated them as a kid. I've never really tried them as an adult. And I've been reading about how healthy they are, so I'm going to give them a whirl. I got this naan. Full price, $3.49, and I know this broccoli was $1.25. This cornbread was on sale for $2.19, and everything else is clearance, so it's got the price on it. And like I said, I think it was around $50. I'm not sure. I had this roasted chicken for $1.80, and it doesn't. The Best By date isn't even until October 2nd. Today's September 23rd. I'll probably stick those in the freezer. You know I can never pass by pomegranates. $1.80 for these. I just love them so much, and they're so healthy. I had a couple of cans of refried beans, green chili, and lime for 85 cents. Cans are a little dented. I'm sure that's why they're marked down, but that won't bother me. And then these SpaghettiOs were 69 cents. That's the kind of thing I would probably eat when John Wayne is gone or feed the grandkids. I had a whole bunch of these white chocolate chips for $1.45. I just bought 2 packages. Don't really need a bunch of sweets. This tzatziki dip was $2.21. And I got 2 packages of this immune, it's a bunch of vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc. And they were $2, so I went ahead and got 2 of those. They had a whole bunch of chicken. This chicken breast in a can, it was so cheap, $1.20. Doesn't even expire until sometime in 2027. And I figured next couple of years I can probably use 4 cans of chicken breast. Then I got 3 limes for $1, 99 cents really. 4 boxes of cake mix. These were each $1. So I got 2 chocolate and 2 yellow. 4 cake mixes for $4. And then they had a whole bunch of spaghetti sauce on clearance. So this is an Alfredo. I got it for 90 cents. And then each of these other pastas were 90 cents. And they probably had 100 jars of it. But I only bought 4 because I already have a bunch of pasta sauce. Couldn't resist this pumpkin. It was on clearance for $3.17. Whole pumpkin pie for $3.17. I don't think I could make it for that. And then they had 3 packets of these plasticware for $1.55. Now, I don't generally buy plasticware. It's really convenient, but I just feel like to save the environment, maybe we should not be using so much plastic, but I did buy these. Anyway, that's what I got from about $50. Now, what are we going to have meal plan? Well, tonight I know I'm having a hot ham and cheese sandwich with some roasted potatoes. And then one night, and I may roast these tonight too, I don't know. I know I've got some ham in the freezer that needs to be used up. I'm trying to use up everything in the freezer. This is shelf timber, right? So I was thinking ham and beans with cornbread sounded pretty good this week. I might have this broccoli tonight. I can't decide. I was thinking, though, of making one of those girl plates with, like, chicken and roasted potatoes and olives and cucumbers and avocado and naan with that tzatziki sauce. That's one of my favorite meals, actually. And even though I'm going to throw these in the freezer, I might use one package. I might have chicken Alfredo because I have a ton of pasta. Whenever pasta goes on sale, I stock up. And so some chicken and parm and pasta sounds pretty good. And then with this chicken, I thought about maybe instead of like tuna noodle casserole, making a chicken breast casserole. They show it in like a pita pocket. That sounds pretty good too. And I do have tomatoes and lettuce. So there's lots of options here. The other package of chicken, I could use it in a stir fry or in some fajitas, because I think I have everything for that. And another thing I like to use these naan for, they make really good little mini pizzas. Just put a little bit of spaghetti sauce on there and some cheese and then whatever meats and vegetables you like on your pizza. It's really simple. Anyway, that's all I got today. And this should get us by for 3 or 4 days, I think. I forgot I'd already put this in the freezer. I got this ice cream for $2.45. What a deal. Well, I went to Goodwill today because Tuesday is senior discount day, and I'm going to show you what I got. I don't know why. Goodwill has started selling some new stuff. And so I got 2 hairbrushes, brand new hairbrushes for $1.50 each. Been so long since I bought a hairbrush, I don't really know what they sell for brand new. And I got this pomegranate and citron fragrance oil for $1.49. Smells really good. And this was kind of a splurge. I got this scented body wash. I'm really a sucker for lavender. I love lavender. And so with my senior discount, I think this was $3.39, which is kind of high. I just got all that Dial soap for $1.25, but I thought I would put this in my guest bathroom. And then I got some shirts. And, I'm just showing you this so you're not afraid of Goodwill. You can get such great bargains there. And I got these shirts. These are Croft and Barrow and Sonoma, Apartment 9. I think those are all Kohl's brands. I'm not positive. It's been forever since I went into a regular clothing store. I mean, probably 2 or 3 years since I went in a Kohl's or any place like that. But these t-shirts, I can tell they've not been worn. And so with the senior discount, I mean, normally they're $5.49, so 15% off of that. So what, $4.75, somewhere around in there, for some brand new t-shirts. So this one, I like this one a lot. This one was only $2.50 because the pink tags were half off today. It still has its tag on it. It came from Sam's Club. I don't know what it cost brand new. It's super soft. And this one. I mean, they're just some t-shirts that I spent less than $20 for 4. I don't know what they cost brand new anymore. I'm guessing like 15, 18. I don't know. You would have to tell me. It's been so long since I went into a store and paid full price for anything. This was probably my best deal I got today at Goodwill. These were marked $6.99. I got 15% off. And these are some little, I don't know, photographs, frame photographs. They were all $6.99, so with the discount, that was about $24. But since there were 4 of them, kind of a series, and this guy, this artist, he's still around, and I would guess to buy these would probably be $100, $125. So I thought that was a pretty good deal to get them for $24. And then I got this shower curtain for $4. I kind of like it. I think I'm going to put it in my guest bathroom. So anyway, that's what I got today. I spent about $40, and I thought I got some great deals. What do you think? I got those pictures up. I like them. Well, here in Topeka, Kansas, gas is $2.79 a gallon. But with my Dillon's rewards, I'm paying $2.04. I don't think that's too bad. Well, it turns out I still hate beets, but I found a roast in the freezer and I made good use of it. Then another thing that happened this week, I had a terrible mess to clean up. I had bought some soda over Labor Day weekend when all the kids were out here, and some of them leaked all over my garage refrigerator where I keep the pop and beer. And when you looked at the can, it all seemed intact. There's no holes, there's no splits, the lid, nothing's bulging. And I'm like, this is magic. How did this soda leak out of here? How did it get out of the can? So I contacted Coke, and they gave me a long explanation of how they make pop cans. They're basically aluminum that's covered in a polymer to hold the pop in, and over time the polymer degrades. Well, I didn't really need to know all that information, but they did give me 2 coupons for one 12-pack. So I got 2 coupons for a 12-pack, so 24 cans to replace the ones I lost, but I'm not sure it was a fair trade considering the mess I had to clean up. That was horrible. But it is a good reminder that when you have a product that fails, don't just throw it away. Take the time. It took me 10 minutes to call them, and as a result, I got these 2 free 12-packs. And oftentimes I think we just go, it's too much effort. It's just 6 cans of pop. What is that, a couple of bucks? And we let it go, when really we should contact the company and let them know. Then I wanted to tell you about a couple of things I like, things I've bought recently that have worked out well. Now, I did tell you kind of briefly about the VP, what is it called? The VP05. And I have been using this a lot. I've been putting all of my dry goods and beans, dried beans, flour, sugar, all of that kind of stuff, coconut, in glass jars and sucking the air out and sealing them tight. Now, this isn't like pressure canning at all. This is just making things really, really airtight, and being airtight will increase the amount of time that they are good for. And on the description of this video, I'm going to put a link to this product in case you want to buy it. I don't remember how much it cost, but it wasn't very much. I want to say like 22 bucks. I know it was under 25. But I think that keeping the food fresh longer is going to make this well worth the money I spent for it. And then another product that I bought, and this was a suggestion from my daughter. What's this called? The Billitalk. And the Billitalk, you can put it in your freezer or refrigerator and make it cold, or you can heat it up. And really, it is a eye mask. So I'm going to put it on and show it to you. Now, what makes this so great is it kind of squeezes your head. So if you're like me and you get migraines, which I get occasionally, this is great for that. But going to sleep at night, sometimes it seems like my eyes want to flutter. And this kind of holds them still. Plus, it's just really comforting to have that pressure over your eyes, not just an eye mask, but the pressure, and either cool or warm. It helps you relax and makes it easier to go to sleep. And of course, the number one reason, it's super sexy. Who wouldn't want to lie in bed next to someone like me wearing this thing? But it works. It really, really works. So I will also put a link in the video to the Billitalk for you. It also comes in pink, and I think I may get a second one just to have one out in the travel trailer, or just to have one in the freezer all the time in case I forget to put this one in overnight, because I really, really like it. And I'm so glad that my daughter, who's an RN, told me about it. She gets migraines also. She had found it and told me it worked really well. I do not get migraines very often, especially since I got my B12 up. I had migraines all the time. I went to a neurologist. The first thing he did was check my vitamin levels. He said my B12 was so low, he didn't know how my brain was functioning. And I had to take shots for a long time. Now I just take a supplement, but I have rarely had a migraine since I got my B12 up. But I still do get the occasional random headache, and this works for that. And it's just such a great sleep mask. That's really what I use it for. Keeps all the light out, and it's just helps me go to sleep almost instantly. Now, you know I am all about free stuff. And I recently watched a video by a doctor, and his name is Dr. Sahalt. And he's a real doctor. I did my research. He's board certified in 4 different areas. He's a professor at Loma Linda university, and he's attached to a hospital, and he makes educational videos called MedCram for students. So he's the real deal. And I'm going to put a link to this video that I watched of his. And one of the things that he's board certified in is pulmonology. And so he had a lot on during COVID on what they were learning worked or didn't work. And during COVID, they were noticing that people that had higher levels of vitamin D had a better survival rate. And so at first they were thinking, oh, it's the vitamin D is somehow important. But now he's saying it's really not the vitamin D that's so important. What they discovered was vitamin D was kind of a side effect of what the real thing was, which was sunlight. And sunlight is free. And he was saying if people would just get 20 to 30 minutes of sunlight a day, and it's in that red or near red range, which is invisible, that is highly important to your body's health. It can even penetrate through your bones. And what it does is the sunlight, this red or near red light, helps your body make melatonin. And melatonin is like a coolant for your mitochondria. And it just helps your body heal. It's very, very important to get 20 to 30 minutes of sunlight a day. So just watch the video. Sunlight is free. And if that is going to be something that helps us this winter avoid the flu or COVID or other inflammatory diseases, it even seems to help eyesight and people with diabetes and heart problems. Your body needs sunlight is what he was saying, is what they're finding out. And he was talking about how he even gets his patients out of the hospital, which is hard. He said put them in a wheelchair and they're attached to stuff, and he gets them out into actual sunlight. Well, that reminded me of when I was a kid watching Marcus Welby, MD. Remember that show? I loved Marcus Welby. They always had like patios, and they would wheel the patients out to the patios, and Dr. Welby would go out there and talk to them and their family out on the patio, and they'd all be out in the sunlight. So back in the 60s, they knew sunlight was important. They built hospitals so patients could get outside. Even back in the 1800s, they knew that getting patients outside was important. When TB was such a big deal around the turn of the 20th century, they knew to get patients outside. That was part of what sanatoriums did, is they had long rows of patients all lined up outside. Didn't matter if it was cold or hot, those patients got sunlight. So it's something it seems like we used to know that we've forgotten. So LED lights, which is what most houses have now, they're very, very energy efficient, but they don't put out any of that red light that the body needs. So try to find just 20 minutes to get out in the sunlight. I think around dawn or sunset, he said, was when that most of that red or near red light is available. But if you can't, any time of the day is better than no time of the day. So get some sunlight. And it's absolutely 100% free. It doesn't cost anything. It's not going to hurt you. So why not try it? People will try all kinds of crazy cures, but when it's something simple that doesn't cost them anything, sometimes they resist it, like washing their hands or getting in the sunlight. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you, and I'm going to put that link to the video up for you. Now, I want to finish with a little funny story for you for hanging in here. And as women, we're all the time asking each other, you know what I'm talking about? We'll go, well, when did it happen to you? When did it occur? And well, I was 48. Some other woman will be, I was 52. Another woman will be, oh, it was early for me. I was like 42. And we all know what we're talking about. And it's not menopause. It's when you started watching the TV show Murder, She Wrote. Now, I remember when that show was on when I was probably in my 20s, because I think it was on in the 80s, and thinking it was the most stupid show on TV, even though it was the highest rated show. In fact, they say it saved CBS, and that show was on forever. And when that show would come on, I'd jump up and change the channel because I could not stand it. I could not understand what people saw on that show. Thought it was idiotic. And then one day you turn on the TV, Murder, She Wrote is on in a rerun, and you just start watching it and you think, yeah, it's not so bad. And that's why I say, what age were you? What age were you when you could tolerate Murder, She Wrote? Because that's when you got old. That's when you turned the corner. And now I love Murder, She Wrote, but I have come to recognize it's not the storylines I like, because they're still silly. We have to wonder why Cabot Cove had such a high murder rate and why she had so many nieces and nephews that got in so much trouble. But what I like about Murder, She Wrote is looking at her clothes and see how many have held up. Yeah, I could still wear that today. That's a good looking outfit. Or looking at it going, oh, yeah, that did not hold up at all. Or seeing someone dial a telephone and remember when we used to have rotary dial. Or looking at something in their house and going, oh, my mom had that rug. Oh, we had those same dishes. We had that bedspread in the guest bedroom. It's just recognizing all the stuff from your childhood or your young adulthood on that show and kind of reliving those memories is what makes it fun. And then all the people on it, because you get to go, oh, that's that guy. He was on that thing. Oh, I remember him. Or that's a girl. Remember? She used to have that TV show on Thursday. We used to watch it all the time. I can't remember her name, but anyway, that's what makes the show so fun now. It's not the storylines. It's that walk down memory lane with Jessica Lansbury. So, how old were you when you started liking Murder, She Wrote? Make sure and tell me. I do think I was about my mid-50s. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you got anything out of it, give me a like, share, comment. All those things help me out. Subscribe. Like I said, I'm an old lady with a YouTube channel, which no one thinks old people can do stuff anymore. So prove them wrong. Give me a like, comment, subscribe, or share. And have a great week. Find some great bargains and share what you find.